Hello and welcome. You should be on page 18 of your Algebra 1 Quarter 3 notebook. In this video, we're going to continue simplifying radical expressions, but we are going to start simplifying cubic roots. So how are those written? Anything but a square root actually has the root it wants to take right here at the top of my radicand. I wanted the fourth root, I would put a 4 there, 5, whatever I wanted. In this case, it is a 3. So you are thinking to yourself, what number multiplied by itself 3 times will equal 64? Well, there are really common cube roots that you will become familiar with as time goes on. This is 4 times 4 times 4, right? 4 cubed is 64. So the cube root of 64 is 4. 125, I can look here. That can be represented by 5 times 5 times 5, and the cube root of 125 is 5. Now, when I'm taking the square root of a number, I don't see negatives in there because it is impossible to square a number, multiply it by itself, and come up with a positive number, right? Well, it's not impossible to multiply a number by itself 3 times and come up with a negative number. So if 10 cubed is 1,000, negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10 equals negative 1,000. And the cube root of negative 1,000 is negative 10. So negative 10 times negative 10 is positive 100. Positive 100 times negative 10 is negative 1,000. So it's just a highlight that you can definitely have negative numbers within a cube root. 3,375 can be broken down to 15 times 15 times 15, and that is 15. The birthday cake might become much more useful in this particular lesson, as you might be quite a bit less familiar with your cube roots. Ones to really always keep in mind are what's the cube root of 8, 2, 27, 3, 64, 125 is a very common one. So if you begin to kind of see the common themes, you'll be more comfortable. When I look at here, I'm trying to simplify the expression. I have the square root of 54. Excuse me, I'm going to say square root a lot by mistake. The cube root of 54. The cube root of 54. What number multiplied by itself 3 times would equal 54? Well, there is not a number. Well, no whole number. And I'm looking for perfect cubes. So I need to break this down. I'm going to tell you, you might learn 54 is a very popular number because 54 is broken down 27 times 2. 27, popular cube. So you, if you see this, might see that this is the cube root of 27 times 2. The cube root of 27, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So this is 3 cube roots of 2. However, I understand that maybe it is going to be not quite as clear. So at this point, you could use the birthday cake. I'm looking for my small prime numbers. This is definitely divisible by 2. It's an even number. At this point, you would see that 2 is divisible. 54 divided by 2 is 27. I would then divide it by 3, which is 9, divided by 3, which is 3. And I'm still looking for that candle. Whereas with cube roots, I was looking for twins. I'm looking for triplets here. I've got 3 3s. That goes outside, and the 2 remains in the cube root. So a different strategy works just the same. And when might that strategy be very, very convenient? 2,187. I like to, personally, if I'm to try to break down these numbers, look to see if somehow I can break down these bigger numbers into cube roots like 27. I'm using 27 because it's an odd number. I'm not going to use 8 as an even number. So let's just see, 2,187 divided by 27. Ooh, that works, 81. And I know that actually 81 is 27 times 3. So now I know, first of all, that this is the cube root of 27 times 81, which is the cube root of 27. 81 is 27 times 3. So I have 2 cube roots in there now. The cube root of 27 is 3 times the cube root of 27 is 3, and the cube root of 3 remains. So I have 9 cube roots of 3 as my answer. Again, if you don't want to go that way, you can go birthday cake. Now, this is not an even number, so I can't divide it by 2. Let's look at my digits, see if it's divisible by 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 plus 7 is 18. 18 is divisible by 3, so 2,187 is divisible by 3. So I'm just going to go right along. 2187 divided by 3 is 729. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 18, divisible by 3, so 729 divisible by 3. 243. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so 243 is divisible by 3. 81. I know that 81 is divisible by 3. I saw that up here. That's 27. 3. That's 9. 3. That's 3. 3. And finally, birthday cake candle. Looking for triplets. I've got 3, 3. So there's my 3 times 3, and this stays under the house. You're going to come up with the same answer. It depends on the strategy that works best for you. Let's go to page 18. Here we see the cube root of -1. Just be mindful that I can have negatives in my cube root. This equals -1 times -1 times -1. The cube root of -1 is -1. When I look at -40, let's try to get a negative cube. I can look at 40 and I know that 8 times 5 is 40, right? And I know 8 is a perfect cube. So why don't we separate this out into -8 times 5? I can pull out a -2 times -2 times -2, and my answer is -2 cube roots of 5. This is all multiplication, so I am going to rewrite it. And I've got 5 cube roots of 6 times 9, which is 54. And there's the 54 again. I know that 54 is 27 times 2. 27 is the cube root of 27 is 3. So now I have 5 times 3 cube roots of 2, which equals 15 cube roots of 2. Hopefully you're following along, okay? Let's look at this next one. I've got -2. This is -2 times the cube root of 15 times 4 times the cube root of -25. Recognize this as a lot of multiplication. It's commutative, so I can rewrite it as -2 times 4 times the cube root of 15 times -25. Let's see what -25 times 15 gives us. All right. So -2 times 4 is -8 cube roots of -375. Again, you choose the way that works best for you. For me, if I go back to my cube roots, I know that 125 is a cube root, right? Let me see. 125 looks suspiciously like it will go into 375. 375 divided by 125. It does. So this equals -8, and because this is negative, I'm going to do -125 times 3. Then this will be -8 times -5 cube roots of 3, which is 40 cube roots of 3. If you want to go birthday cake method, you can. Take -375. The thing is you've got to pull out negatives. So I'm going to take out -5. And this is when you got to pay attention to your signs. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So 375 divided by 5, it's going to be +75. I'm going to take out another negative. A positive divided by a negative is going to be negative 25. Take out another negative. A negative divided by negative is a positive 5. And then I've got a slight mistake. This was negative 15. Excuse me. 75 divided by negative 5 is negative 15. Now divided by negative 5, here's my 3. Sorry about my math there. I knew something was wrong when I was looking at it. And now I divide it by a positive 3. I've gotten rid of all the negativity because I want to come up with a positive birthday candle. Here are my triplets. There's my lone piece for under the radical. Okay, looking here, I've got a quotient, works the same way as square roots. I know that the cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of 216 is 6. So this simplifies to 6. You can definitely use the birthday cake method for that. This also simplifies to this cube root of 24 over the cube root of 343. You may learn quickly that the cube root of 343 is 7. So that simplifies quickly. The cube root of 24, let's think about 8 times 3, right? 8 times 3 is 24. So this is the cube root of 8 times 3. I know the cube root of 8 is 2. Cube roots of 3 over 7. So I hope this made sense. Thanks so much. See you later.